Hey guys, welcome back to I Don't Have Time to Work, here with Luke. We've got a special presentation for you. That's right, you read that correctly. Something different from our podcast. Troy actually got together on Instagram with Veronica Ruiz del Viso. Really hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly because she is an incredible, incredible person. Now, she's a founder, CCO of Mashup Agency. She's a digital strategist. She's a co-founder of DAR Learning, and she's a keynote speaker. I mean, that's just a couple of things that she's got listed on her Instagram. She's absolutely incredible. Now, you'll notice that, usually on our podcast, we interview the people that we get on with, but Veronica flipped the tables a little bit and started interviewing Troy and asked him a little bit about the I Don't Have Time to Work brand, and it's a really, really interesting chat. Veronica did talk about her experiences with marketing and everything that she does, and her Spanish heritage. There's a couple of bits where she does speak a little bit of Spanish. I've tried to edit them out as much as possible for our English viewers. There will be another version of it where it has the whole video, but that will come out a little bit later. Now, I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure that you hit the little bell. I mean, you guys want to know when our videos are coming out, right? I know I do. All right, hope you enjoy.
You have to say hola.
Hola, hola. How are you?
There is a bunch of Spanish speakers here, so
Awesome.
I'm going to do some translations sometimes because maybe
Yep.
they were lost.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, super. Well, guys, this is Troy, a new friend of mine. Troy is from Australia. He's living in the future.
Great Scott!
Because right now it's Saturday over there.
Yes, I'm in the future. I can tell you guys how the future is. I can see to the future.
How is the Saturday?
It's a little bit cold. It's not. I wish it was warmer. It's so the future is a bit cold. Hopefully not.
Let me introduce you to my friends here. As I told you, I have a lot of Spanish speakers in my community, so I have to do it in Spanish and English, both ways. So,
No problem.
A ver, gente, gracias por conectarse. Troy, como les dije, es de Australia. Él me escribió un mensaje directo en Instagram y me dijo que quería hacer un streaming conmigo para hablar de emprendimiento y de diversas cosas. Nos conectamos en su cuenta de Instagram y Troy, don't worry, I am just saying good things about you.
Okay. I trust you.
Okay. So I was just telling to my community that the things that you do and that you asked me to have this conversation about entrepreneurship and social media, maybe also around. We were talking about how I met Gary.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Fine.
Good.
I met you with Alex in your office.
I remember.
In your office. I'm very happy to see you.
I'm glad we made this work.
Yes, and here I am with here I am with a lot of influencers. I want to present you all of them.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Super. And one thing that amazed me is that your kindness that you're always talking about, to be kind. It's not about you. All your team is very kind.
Because I'll fire them if they're not. I mean it. I mean it.
Important.
I mean it. Like, I'm in control. If they weren't, if I was kind and they weren't, then I'd be delirious or delusional or a bad operator. Like, Babin will tell you that it's just unacceptable. I don't.
That's how Troy discovered my handle on Instagram, and he went to my Instagram. What was the thing that surprised you when you watched the video, and what's the thing that told you that I have to having this
Yep.
Instagram live with Veronica.
Yes, yeah. So the biggest thing that stood out to me, Veronica, was, and I think you touched on this when we spoke a little earlier, is that you could tell, I could tell just by reading your body language, the passion in your voice and in the way that you spoke, and the care that you had for your company, and also the clients that you had there with you. And I don't think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is anywhere in the world, what language anyone speaks, what color anyone's skin is. You can tell when someone has that passion and that fire in their eye for what they do.
Oh, super!
And
That's amazing.
Honestly, and that was the first thing. I thought straight away, I'm like, I have to reach out to this lady. I've got to connect. And what we do here in Australia at our company, I Don't Have Time, where we are a startup, but we're creating we want to create an online community and hub for influencers and entrepreneurs worldwide. And when I saw you and what you did, yeah, I'm like, we've got to get this lady on. We've got to connect with this lady. And I heard so many amazing things, and I did the old Facebook stalking and the internet stalking, and I'm like, I've got to connect with this lady and hear more about her story. So here we are now.
Very as is important for me as it's important for you. So it's amazing to connect with strangers far away.
Yep.
But you know that maybe we have the same values, and I think it's
Absolutely
the most important thing.
Absolutely. And Veronica, as I said before, and I know we got cut off a couple of times in our videos, but we're here now. And look, as I said, I just, when I see that kind of thing and that kind of passion, that fire in people's eyes, we love to interview those people and speak to those people and create that online community, because really we are one big community. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, what you do, what business that may be in. We all are one big community, and if we all work as one, amazing things can be achieved. So it's great.
And Troy, can you share with us your story? I told you that
Yep.
where I came from, and that I start my company at 18 years old, and the things that I was dreaming about in that moment.
Yep.
But I don't know nothing about you, and I don't want to this streaming that we are doing. I don't want that maybe it's all about me. I think you are here, and it's important to me to listen to you too also. So can you share with you?
Yeah, so I grew up, live in Australia. I've worked several jobs, a lot in network, a lot around network and marketing. I did work for the New South Wales government, or I guess you could say the Sydney government over here, for a long time in the marketing areas and things like that. And I knew I always had this passion to connect, to network with people, to be able to whatever the message may be, to be able to spread that. And at that time, when I was working for the government, I got to go through a lot of courses. I know we spoke about before, a lot of courses, a lot of things, and I did a degree in sports media and marketing, and because I am passionate about sports and that as well, and I was at the time, and then it got to a point where I'm like, I feel like I have other messages that I want to get across, and I feel like my services and what we do can be a real benefit to the entrepreneurial and influencers area. So myself and my friend called Luke, we started this company called at I Don't Have Time to Work, which is basically we're creating an online hub for influencers and entrepreneurs worldwide, where people can connect, and also, we hear a lot about, I know we spoke about Gary Vee, and you got your other influencers, and on a YouTube level, there's Casey Neistat. There's lots of different people that people that us ordinary folk look up to. But it's awesome to hear the startups, the grind where people are at right now, and even if there's just one bit of information, like for example this interview that I do with you, Veronica, that if someone listens to it and they think, you know what, I can do that. I can do this. I work that kind of job. I want to take that step. And it's just about taking that first step. And from that point, you know what I mean? There's so many doors that will open for you.
Super.
Yeah.
So do you know that I'm thinking right now, Troy, that maybe
Yep.
the reason that that your Instagrams, I don't know, maybe goes crazy or something, is because here in US is Friday and over there is Saturday. For
Yep.
them it's like too complex, like 2 days, 2 different
They
days.
can't. Mind blown. They're like, why is this person in one day and why is the person in another day? What is happening? They just can't handle it.
And the other thing is that, you know, that the Spanish speakers, maybe more in Latin America, they are
Yep.
used to like they know more, they hear more the American English. So for them,
Yep. Yep.
your type of English is like
Yes.
very different. It's like
Yep.
all about hi mate and everything.
I know. I just was reading the comments there, and I will start speaking a bit slower because I definitely agree. I was lucky enough to be able to visit Madrid a couple of years ago, and I met some amazing people over there, and I actually felt a little ignorant that I learnt some basics and things like that, but when I was over there, the Spanish people were so amazing, and I felt like I wish I knew more of the language, you know, and I really wanted to learn more of it after that point because they were trying to speak English, and I felt really ignorant, thinking, "Hang on, what I should be trying here?" You know, like I only knew the basics, so it's definitely something that I want to do, but like. As Australians, we feel really blessed wherever we go, anywhere in the world. We always feel very welcome, and you know,
because I don't know if it is marketing or something, but in
Yeah.
the whole world, we are thinking that Australian people are like a happy place, and
Yep.
maybe the people is more how to say this, like. They are
Laid
different
back.
because they are so far away from everyone.
Just had a moment there. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
back.
Sorry, what was that? I missed what you said.
That someone is writing here that you are handsome.
Shucks, folks, I'm speechless.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. I'm sure they are very good as well. I have to say, the Spanish community much more attractive than us Australians. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, super.
Thank you.
So, Troy,
Yeah.
why
Yes.
why your project name is "We Don't Have Time to Work"?
Yeah. So the reason why we called it I don't have time to work is because it's not that we don't have time to work as in, you know, hustling and creating your own business and things like that. It's more so based around here in Australia. So work in Australia is going to a job, working for a boss, not thinking about what you're doing, just going through the motions, I guess you could say. And that's why we called it I don't have time to work, because we don't have time to work. We want to create our own business. We want to create our own hustles. We want to create our own thing. And that's where it come from. So sometimes it gets a little confusing because in Australia, work is like going and working for what we call it working for the man or working for a boss here in Australia, where I've discovered really quickly that in America and in other countries, that Gary Vee uses the word work a lot. To me, what I do and being able to speak to amazing people worldwide like yourself, Veronica, is that to me, it doesn't feel like work to me.
Okay.
So So that's where the name I Don't Have Time to Work come from. And yeah, and then basically, as I said before, we're looking to create an online hub and community of like-minded people, and we're in the beginning stages of that. But yeah, we're so excited to be able to take that forward. And someone like yourself, Veronica, we would love to be able to help spread the message and the word of everything that you're doing, because I heard in my internet stalking of you, Veronica, I saw that you're going to India to the World the Entrepreneur Summit.
Yes.
I'd love to hear more about that.
Well, I went to the Global Entrepreneurship Summit a few months ago on November of last year. It's a very important event. The U.S. government department created this platform for connect all the entrepreneurs around the world. The U.S. embassies in each country have to select a few entrepreneurs from each place and put all of them in a city. The last year was in India, and Hyderabad is like India is trying that Hyderabad is the new Silicon Valley in the world, and maybe the as important as Silicon Valley here in US, also in India. So we went over there. We have to fly a lot, a few hours on a plane. Almost like going to Australia.
Nearly.
Nearly, yeah. So we went to India, to Hyderabad, and I met a lot of entrepreneurs from Pakistan, Russia, China, Japan, Chile, Guatemala, a lot of places, Latin America, Europe, Italian, Spain, and everything. So it was amazing for me because it's like, as you said, it's important to listen how others are creating, and then you discover that it's a small world after all. Like the only thing that is important is that you are passionate about the things that you're doing, and the other things that you don't care, working 24 hours or the whole year, or maybe working on Sundays or Saturday if you're working right now on your Saturday. So if you're lucky enough to do the things that you love, you will never are going to thinking about that this is work. You are doing it because you have a biggest purpose, and you are working for something that you think that have an impact in others. So that's why some entrepreneurs are working very hard in different parts of the world, and maybe a lot of countries as Pakistan that has a very complex situation over there. I was talking with an entrepreneur, a Pakistani entrepreneur, and he told me that Pakistan is passing by a lot of wars and very complex situation over there. And he is creating an app that put singers and musicians from Pakistan in the cell phones of the Pakistanis, and also people who draw and create artists that create a lot of maybe collage and everything. When you're listening to the music, you could see another Pakistani that working their artist work. So I thought that was an amazing story, because he's in a place that the violence and all the things are part of the news, but instead of being part of that, he's working in an app that put outside the music of the people that are living in Pakistan, even they are passing by of all the situations. So I learned a lot from other peoples over there. So I am very proud of my other partners that went that were selected. Also, we were 3 that were selected from South America. The other guys were working in smart cities, and the other one is working with telemedicine. It's the new way of you can go to a doctor, or because the only thing that you need is the internet, and maybe you could ask a doctor as we are talking on Instagram Live. So he's working on that in South America, in places that have very complex situation also with medicine. So we went over there, and I learned a lot. Ivanka Trump was there as one of the members of the U.S. government department, and also the Prime Minister of India. Troy, are you listening to me?
I can see you. I can see you. Yep. Sorry. I think my interview is cutting in and out a little bit, but I can see you, and that's good. Yeah, no, that's good. And look, and I guess the other amazing thing about that, Veronica, is you get to represent your country as well, isn't it?
Yes, it's so amazing. So I think maybe we could do this more, Troy, if you want to. Maybe we could have like live every 2 months or something, to
absolutely.
Maybe we can create a relationship in the
absolutely
in the past of the year. So I just want
absolutely,
after we finish, thank you for inviting me to your live, your live and your Instagram live. And let me be part of your I don't time for work. I think I don't have time for work either, because I'm very focused on the things that I love. Sorry for my Spanish community that is over here. I know that maybe you're lost, but if I know that they have a bunch of people that is working here in US, so they could understand everything that we are saying. So maybe as an Australian, what do you think a message for us, or that you think it's something that the Australians has, I don't know, maybe the way of the optimist way of the how you see the life, or I don't know. I don't know nothing about Australians, so maybe you can give us something that we don't know from there, that maybe could inspire us to the things that we do.
Okay. So I guess from an entrepreneurial background, we are, as an Australian, we are we're quite laid back. So as in like relaxed about situations, I guess you could say. So we don't really get too worked up about situations. Sometimes that can come across as in it may look like we're being lazy, but we're not. We're just, an Australian, is that we call information in, we process it, and then we kind of then we react to how whatever needs to be done. So I guess probably the best bit of advice maybe I could give people who are listening, who are I guess trying to work things out and not realizing why things aren't working and why is it not happening for me right now, is that just show some patience. Show some patience and always think of the long game. I know that's very much a Gary Vee thing that he says, but you've really got to think of the long game and think of the value that you're giving people. What's the end result for you? So the end result for you could be whatever you choose it to be. But I guess the best bit of advice I could give as an Australian is that just chill out, man, relax, and then it'll work. It'll work. So I hope that makes sense. I'm putting it across in the right way.
Sense.
Yeah. Trust yourself.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you so much.
An amazing Saturday. Maybe tomorrow I could text you and told you how is my Saturday went to.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you how the Saturday is. So if anyone out there wants to know how Saturday is, just connect with us and I can tell you. I'm 14 hours in the future.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Veronica. We'll talk soon.
Pleasure. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that was the interview with Vero. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like what you're seeing and leave us a comment. Let us know if you want to see anything different or if you're liking what we're doing. And make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell so you actually get notifications when we've got new videos out. And also, we have a video out every Friday night, somewhere between 8 and 10 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, depending on our technological garbage, basically. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys again on Sunday night for the Sunday session at 8 p.m. every week on the I Don't Have Time to Work Instagram page. Thank you guys. Bye.